Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the Jordan Report and I am your host Robert Jordan. Everyone please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Okay guys, we're going to go over Trump's Project Python. Project Python is Trump's way of going after the Mexican cartels. He's actually got a whole unit of people, DEA agents, raiding Mexican cartel networks throughout the country. He's been doing a fabulous job. He's doing far more than any president that I have seen doing fighting the drug cartels. This is far more than I've ever seen a president do. He's actually targeting the networks. He's not giving us show trials the way the last president would give us, like Chapo and Niba. He's actually going after the officials in Mexico and the actual cartels here in the country. I'm going to go back a little bit. This is like 5 days ago. I think it was March 11th. Video exclusive to Eyewitness News show a major raid in Compton Wednesday morning as federal agents arrest a man accused of facilitating the distribution of drugs for the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, one of the most dangerous criminal organizations in the world, according to authorities. This is Compton, California. I wasn't raised far from here. I was raised in South Central, so I know Compton very well. But here they are right in Compton. Cartel member Gregory Sotelo was arrested at a Compton home and charged with transportation and possession of narcotics, as well as possession of an assault rifle with narcotics. You'll notice too, I'm going to go through the cities where they're at, and you'll notice they always gravitate towards the sanctuary cities. There's a reason why there's sanctuary cities, and this is going to come out very soon. It's going to be very surprising to a lot of people. Investigators say Sotelo would pick up drugs from Mexican sources and distribute them to gang members throughout Los Angeles area. Those drugs would then be sold across the country. The arrest was the result of Project Python. I just mentioned that. This is Trump's project. A 6-month operation to disrupt the Mexican drug cartel's activity in Los Angeles. The effort also led to more than 700 arrests, 350 indictments, and seizures of $22 million worth of money and assets, as well as 20,000 kilos of drugs in connections to the cartel, also known as Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generation, according to the DEA. Now, the DEA has been doing this a long time. I always say that they're probably the most corrupt organization in the United States government. They've been around 40 years, and these cartels have done nothing but grown and got more powerful. It took Trump to get into office for him to start doing this stuff. Project Python is the single largest strike by the U.S. authorities against CJNG, and this is just the beginning, said acting administrator. A DEA threat report issued in 2017 said the cartel's primary product is methamphetamine, with main U.S. distribution hubs in Los Angeles, New York, Atlanta, all sanctuary cities or wannabe sanctuary cities. The cartel once shot down a Mexican military helicopter with a rocket launcher, according to officials. CJNG has a nationwide presence, but its primary drug distribution hubs are located in Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, Houston, and Atlanta, officials said. In September 2018, the Department of Justice announced 15 indictments across 6 jurisdictions against leading members of the cartel, including the leader, Dionisio Cervantes, also known as El Mencho. He was actually in jail here in California, in the United States, and they let him go. So that tells you a little something about, what's going on in the drug business. All right, I'm going to show you a quick clip, and then we're going to close out here. I'm going to show you the raid in Chicago.
From Southern California to the south side of Chicago. The feds calling it Project Python, complete with a fancy full-color logo portraying a snake sinking its fangs into the neck of a charging stallion. The 6-month investigation being hailed by federal officials as the largest single law enforcement takedown in many years. The target, first identified by the I-Team 2 years ago, is Chicago's public enemy #1, a man they call El Mencho.
We can take the fight to one of the largest and most dangerous drug cartels on the planet.
Pre-dawn raid teams scooped up 250 cartel operatives, all said to be connected to the New Generation Cartel, known as the CJNG in Mexico. The operation managed from this Drug Enforcement Administration command center in Virginia. Teams deployed nationwide to execute 100 search warrants and make arrests, including 50 in the Chicago area, considered a major narco hub for the CJNG cartel that has quickly expanded expanded since drug lord El Chapo was locked up for life.
And CJNG has become more prominent and manufactures and traffics in high volumes of methamphetamine and other drugs.
In his first interview as special agent in charge of the Chicago DEA, Bob Bell last fall signaled the cartel was foremost on agency radar and now says it's one of the 5 most dangerous transnational crime groups in the world. And the CJNG leader, Nemesio Elmencho Aseguera Cervantes, who now has a $10 million U.S. bounty on his head. Elmencho named in this new racketeering indictment today out of D.C. Prosecutors citing numerous acts of violence, including murders, assaults, kidnappings, assassinations, and acts of torture. He is still a fugitive, believed to be hiding in Mexico, while the DEA has recently charged his son and daughter with cartel crimes and being part of an incredibly violent organization.
For example, in 2015, CJNG used rocket-propelled grenades to shoot down a military Mexican helicopter, killing 9 people. In response to this threat, DEA initiated Project Python.
And during the investigation, authorities say they seized 44,000 pounds of drugs from cartel operatives, including 33,000 pounds of meth. But there's a lot more where that came from. The New Generation Cartel controls a lion's share of illicit drug sales here in Chicago, and there are smuggling routes that feed this area from the cartel's 100 meth labs in Mexico. Cooperation south of the border is really important in trying to crack down on those.
Okay, that's what's going on, guys. Trump is the only president I've seen ever do this. We have to give credit where credit is due, whether you like Trump or not. He's the first person that's actually trying to stop the drugs from running into Chicago, Los Angeles, and other these places. The other president's people just stood around and watched.